Hello, adventurer. Welcome to the Arcane Ward, a library of stories and adventures of those who came before. Here we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy this tale named Ashes to Embers. An exciting narrative of danger, adventure, and humor the likes of which you have never seen before. We thank you, and we hope you enjoy.
Welcome back to the world of Sinis, everyone. We're very happy to have you all back here today. So let's go ahead and begin with a little bit of a recap, shall we?
Everyone died.
Previously.
I can do.
What was that?
Captain died, and then he suddenly miraculously came back to life.
Yeah, everybody was dying. Everybody was going down. It was kind of crazy. So with that, previously on Ashes to Embers, we met our group of unruly and interesting group members. We met Captain Lazar saying his trusted first mate, Edward. We also met Elevated, a fairy bard with a proclivity for dad jokes and puns of that nature.
And no healing.
I have a healing spell now.
She has a healing spell now. Virian Shelby, the Blood Hunter, and probably the most interesting member of this party.
MVP.
Well, that's quite the compliment.
Oh, for sure it
Thank
is.
you. Thank you.
And probably he is by far
I'm blushing.
the coolest.
Sure. You shouldn't have.
Dos Equis.
Yeah,
The
I
most
agree.
interesting
You
man in the
shouldn't
world.
have. You're just wrong.
No.
Additionally, we met Clayton Deadeye, a gunslinging sheriff from a town not too far over, investigating various disturbances of grave robbers or of the such. We also met Min the Turtle, a wizard learning to master the arcane arts, but at a very moderate pace. We also met Grave, a paladin with black armor pulsing with arcane light to the beat of heartbeats, and having a shield of faces on his back that potentially can reveal what he is thinking on the inside. We met all of these people
Sound like the
when
dumbest character here.
we met all of these individuals as the cathedral at the center of the town of Barrett exploded in a fiery cloud of ash. There we briefly saw a creature holding a blade of electricity and a whip in its left hand. Within a brief moment, that being disappeared, leaving fire beasts to roam the town. With that, our heroes spring into actions to combat these fire-ish devils of some nature or another, quickly dealing with all of them and saving quite a few people's lives in the process, as our good friend Captain Lazar dropped an instant tower on a couple of them, squashing them into non-existence. After this battle, we briefly had an interaction with two very interesting characters. One Cyrus Sinclair, a long-dead sheriff that Clayton Deadeye killed himself. After that brief and terrifying interaction, we also met Captain Rumtooth, also an interesting character of some sort of undead nature that invited Edward to join back with him in his crew.
Sorry, is everybody
During
an interesting character except for me?
Oh yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
Except for who?
I don't think I'm an interesting character.
No, but he said
is
everybody was a
Elevator.
cool
You're an
character,
interesting character.
and then everybody else he has said has been an interesting character except for me. He said is a turtle who's learning magic at an okay level.
Okay, what about
No.
him? Does anyone else hear him quiet and muffled too?
No. Well, that's just unfortunate.
Because he got excited.
Just got excited.
Yeah, no one's allowed to be excited.
This
Hey.
is why I have Discord Nitro.
I mean, do I sound good?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay,
It's really
cool.
just Travis.
I'm using the exact same headset I was using last time.
Justin.
Weird.
He sounds
Weird.
fine to me. It just might be if he's too close to the mic. But honestly, I think
I don't have a
No,
microphone.
it sounds like his mic is on the opposite end of the room.
I don't have
Oh.
a microphone. It is bone conducting.
Oh,
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm not hearing anything like that on my end. I think he sounds fine. I mean, every now and then there's a little bit of distortion, but
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
distorted. He's just quiet and kind
I
of
mean,
muffled.
he sounds fine to me.
yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it might be you.
All right.
Hello.
Waking up in the middle of the night, Min
Baby,
the
come
Turtle,
back.
Brave the Paladin, discovered that the bodies that had died during the battle had up and moved, running into the forest. Our party gave chase, in the which they discovered that Edward had boarded some sort of airship of some sort, larger than most, and had absconded into the night. After which, our party then approached the slight rock outcropping, where they discovered a door carved into the side with a jagged cut down the center. Upon entering, they discovered several undead creatures, which they began to systematically put down to the ground. After which, they discovered that they soon began to rise once again. After which, they met another not so interesting character. He's kind of okay. Alabaster Cinder, a cleric and the high cleric of the Church of Ash. And as you were able to put the zombies down to the floor, he was able to keep them down. After a brief interaction where they discovered several chests and different interesting notes, they were able to solve the secret password to the door blocking their way forward. After saying ink stand and shrinking the door to a minuscule size, they were able to enter into the lair of whatever was causing this. After some untimely interference with an undead creature by our good dear friend Captain Lazar, it sparked and ignited all the undead in this room, and then began a battle to the death as a dragon of black and purple energy crawled its way out of the treasure and began to attack the party. It was then that Captain Lazar was struck down and was killed. Furion ran over to the dead body of Clayton and summoned forth his sword of Revivify Steel, and with one swift plunge was able to bring Clayton Deadeye back from the brink of death. And that is where we will begin our session. Back in the now cleared cavern of the Death Dragon. Around you, you see piles and piles of treasure, bookcases, and a single locked chest floating partially in the water at the center.
I go to the chest.
All right. As you approach,
I'll follow him over there. Would you like some help opening that?
Sure.
I'm gonna try to lockpick it. You said it
all
was
right.
locked, right?
yes, it is.
So is that's a sleight of hand?
But thieves'
Nope.
tools.
Oh, I don't know if I'm proficient with that. I mean, you might do a better job doing that.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ain't that just the worst?
You can't have that many lockpicks left.
What was that? What is that total?
12.
12? As you kind of get down on your hands and knees, kind of in this water, and begin to kind of lockpick it, it is not only more difficult because you're currently trying to pick a floating chest.
You can't be in the lock, Captain.
Lockpick a floating chest. It's very lopsided. It moves around a lot. You get the sense that if you moved it to like solid ground, you might have a little bit better of a job, but you're not able to kind of get it. It might be a little bit too rough at this moment.
What my try?
Clayton, question.
I shoot it.
You shoot it? Go ahead and roll to hit.
I did. Does
I
it
get
give
out of
you
the
a
way
card?
before he shoots me.
What do you hit? What'd you roll?
I rolled a I can do math. 14.
14. As you poof, it hits the side of the lock and pings off. Virion, this like ricocheting bullet narrowly misses your right ear.
Yeah, I specified that much. I saw him pull out his gun and I got out of the way.
Ah.
But as soon as I see the lock come off, I do go back and I open it.
The lock has not come off. He missed
Was
it.
it damaged?
Oh, okay. Then
Doesn't appear so.
I'm gonna go through the bookshelves.
Does the lock appear arcane?
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check. While you're doing that, Min, what were you doing?
Not good.
Books.
I rolled a 10.
Books. All right, with a 10, you get the sense that this lock is maybe potentially magical. Not how magical, you're not 100% sure.
Gotcha.
Min, as you go over to the books, you begin to shuffle through them and stuff, and the first thing you find is kind of tucked in the pages of a book that seems to be mostly destroyed and waterlogged. You find a pristine scroll. As you kind of open it up and you take a look at it, it is a scroll of teleport. It is a 7th level spell.
Dang, dude.
I have to take care of that now until I'm able to actually use 7th level spells.
Anybody can cast a spell scroll.
Yes, but I want to copy it into my spellbook.
All right.
I don't think I
find any additional books of interest.
You do. You find 4 additional books. Let's see if I can remember what they are off the top of my head. So the 4 books that you find, the first one is called The Ashen Concordant, and it is written in common. The second book you find is The Many Uses of Ashen Stones. The third is Harmony, a discussion on the forces of good and evil. And then the 4th book is Ash Surges, a complete codex.
What about the 4th book? Sticks and
That
stones
is-
can break my bones, but words can never hurt us.
Words can hurt a lot.
That's true. Words can hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Vicious mockery.
Yeah, me knocking doors every day. My
Oof.
feelings get hurt a lot.
Okay. But Captain Lazar, you as people are shooting this arcane lock, you feel like you could probably give this another shot, but it would be easier if you moved it out of the water and onto solid ground.
Yeah. I'll take the
I can
chest
help you.
over to solid ground. I can't move the chest, but
Yeah.
know that I'm
So you-
know that I'm moving it.
Okay, you move it over. Go ahead and roll again, and you can roll with advantage once more.
That's better than the 3 and 5 I rolled last time. That's a 23.
With it, as you insert your lockpicks and you begin to turn it and stuff, you hear a slight click, and the chest opens. Inside the chest, the first thing that you notice are 3 gray stones that are lying at the very bottom of them. They are crystalline and natural, jagged crystals that spread out like a snowflake in a bunch of different directions, and you recognize these as ashen stones. They softly pulse with an arcane light.
Everybody, look! We have expensive rocks.
Well, let's go on the rocks, if I'm being honest.
The second thing that you find in the chest is what seems to be an ordinary plain leather backpack.
What
Game
seems?
City?
Does anybody have
The
identified?
backpack.
What was that,
I
Talon?
don't- I said I'm going to pick up the backpack because he picked up the stone, so that's
Okay.
really the only thing left to pick
You
up.
pick up the backpack. It is very light. It seems to be a lot like it seems to feel empty in some way, but additionally, like it feels like a normal leather backpack made of solid, sturdy leather, and is currently fastened tight with a leather strap.
Is it a backpack of holding?
I open it.
As you open the top, and you look inside, all you see is blackness.
Yes.
Reach inside.
As you kind of reach inside and you kind of like moving around and stuff, do you think of anything? Most of you are pretty most of your characters are pretty familiar with the concept of a bag of holding. A lot of people use like variations of the bag of holding. So you get the sense that like this is what you do with the bag of holding. You reach in, you think of something, and it usually appears in your hand and you can pull it out. So
No,
do
I
you
don't-
think of anything specific?
I whip out my sword and I'd be like, open that up. And I just put my whole long sword into it and drop it.
Okay. As you drop the longsword in, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Wait,
Has
what?
anybody walked around and looked for a key yet?
Do you want me to roll a dex save too? Because I was like
No,
right there.
just Clayton.
Okay.
20.
20. As you kind of like drop it in and you wait a second, all of a sudden the sword like it disappears into the bag, but then a moment later the sword comes spinning out like a giant helicopter blade and barely misses your head as you duck out of the way. Next you see kind of spitting out of the bag, kind of caressing up, is this like floating piece of paper.
Ooh, I grab it.
It's a cannon. Somebody jump in.
As you grab it,
I'm going to stick my head in the bag.
you Viri, you stick your head in the bag.
Yeah. But you can finish this.
Okay, okay, we'll get to you in a second. Clayton, you catch the piece of paper and there's a very short message scrawled on it. And it says, "My good sir, I would appreciate it if you would not try to throw things into the bag, and instead, please enter and say the password."
Wait, what? What's the password?
So I stuck my head in the bag.
Just
password?
blackness.
What?
Just
Password is
blackness.
Oh, okay. I climb in.
As you kind of climb in, there's a brief moment where you're kind of like hanging in suspended animation. You all watch as like Virian kind of tries to climb into the backpack. There's a moment when he kind of plops in, and then boom, you get shunted out, and you kind of land on the floor.
Shut it out. Oh, that sucks.
So I would like to come over to the shenanigans and
And
Any
as
sort of, is there
additionally,
any sort of
Virian,
like
as you
inscription
kind
on
of
the
like
bag?
As you kind of plop back out, you are holding another piece of paper in your hand, and it says, "My good sir, please state the password and then enter."
Password.
I would like to say, and then enter.
Okay, you say that, nothing happens.
Cool.
Friend.
And I still want to cast Identify.
Okay, go
Malone?
ahead and cast Identify. Huh?
I say Malone.
Nothing happens. Captain Lazar, go ahead and roll me a
Password 1, 2, 3.
history, a history, an insight, or an intelligence check.
Can I roll you an inkstand check?
A what?
Inkstand.
An inkstand check. As you say inkstand, all of you watch as
I
Captain.
didn't say that. I'm specifically not saying that because I don't want a fortress in my pocket to suddenly blow up.
Ah, yes.
Did he say inkstand?
Okay.
Fine, we're doing that. Fine.
So you don't say inkstand.
No, like I recognize that that's probably the password, but if I were to say that, I would have a fortress that would.
I
of a sudden-
remember the password.
Alright,
Password.
At this point, Alabaster Cinder has kind of made his way over with you guys. What is going on here?
Here,
Back
what
to
is it?
my chest.
I'm gonna give him the tower cube.
Okay, he holds on. He like grabs the little door, and he's like,
Okay.
"What is?"
Hold on, Duzette. I'm gonna start to climb into the bag as I say inkstand.
You guys watch as he's like opening the bag and he's like trying to get inside and he says inkstand. All of a sudden this bag seems to animate, open wide, and swallow Captain Lazar whole.
And in the last second while I'm still here, I call out, "It's a mimic!"
What?
It's a mimic.
Uh,
That's what I called out.
oh.
All right. Everybody, you
I can tell it's not a mimic.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to tell that whatever this thing is isn't a mimic. It's not growing teeth. It's not trying to chase anyone down. It's just standing, just kind of sitting there on the ground now.
Yeah.
Alabaster Cinder
roll.
kind of jumps back. What is this? There's so much arcane magic coming from this thing.
This is a Tuesday. As I climb in and I say inkstand.
Again, you see Virion consumed by the bag.
Who's next?
Nice. Why is it inkstand though?
From last week.
I go
will
to
go ahead and
Drew,
climb
too.
in. I will follow my captain, and I will crawl into the backpack and say inkstand.
Crawl in
All
and say,
right.
Beetlejuice. Get sent away to another land.
No, it brings him to you.
Okay. As each one of you, is everybody gonna follow in? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chill with the dude.
The gold.
You
What the dude? Nice.
all right.
Can I prorate the fact that I took a bunch of gold with me?
Sure. As you all, except for Elevated, enter into this bag.
Oh, okay.
At the bookstore!
All of a sudden, you guys find yourself standing in a very small, quaint room. In front of you, you see a stand, some sort of clerk's desk. and behind it you see like bookshelves and different things, and scrawled across the table is a bunch of different papers, and standing behind the desk, dressed in a very dapper suit, currently like polishing a glass of some sort with an ink pen behind his ear, is a very finely dressed man who kind of turns to all of
in
you.
this world?
My good sirs, it is very nice to meet you all. Please take a seat. And he gestures to the chairs in the room. And is there anything that we can fetch for you to drink?
Enchanté. What is your name?
You may call me Butler. And welcome, my dear friends, to the Bag of Butler.
Are you actually a butler or are you a valet?
A valet? I am not a valet. I do not park your various...
Whoa. So you manage the staff? Butlers manage the household staff. Valet, also known as a gentleman, are more of a domestic personal assistant.
Well, if we are being technical, then I can be both, depending on the circumstances.
Right.
Okay.
In case you know, the definition of butler is just a chief manservant of a house.
Yes, they manage the household staff.
Yeah,
I'll take
but they
the
are
lousiest ale you have.
still a manservant.
What was that? My good
So I'll take
friend.
the... Right, my name's Varian. I'll take the
Master
lousiest ale
Varian,
you
it is
have.
quite... it is quite nice to meet you. Say that one more time.
The lousiest ale you have.
Lousiest
Awesome.
ale you have. And you watch as he snaps his fingers, and all of a sudden this foamy, just like rank ale appears in your hand.
Take a swig.
It is the rankest ale you've ever had. It's like barely drinkable.
Tastes like pain. Reminds me of home.
Anybody else would like a drink?
Wait, you just say something and you have it?
Most of the time, yes.
Did I have a ring of wishes?
Drinks, my good sir.
Only drinks. Okay.
I'll have a fire brandy.
Snaps his finger, and a fiery brandy appears.
I take a rum.
Snaps his finger, rum appears. Anything else, my good sir?
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
And you got any nice pack of cigars?
Well, I do have some very distinct cigars. However, it will cost you 1 gold piece.
Not a problem. I toss him one.
You watch as you toss him the coin, it flips through the air, and he holds up his hand. It stops and hovers in front of him, and then you watch as it blinks out of existence, and kind of like in this like mini explosion. Oh, thank you, my good sir.
Could I have a potion of Dragon's Majesty?
That would be 250 gold.
Kind of a lot.
Hey, steep prices. What can I say? High demand.
Somebody's sleeping. Sounds like somebody's snoring.
No. Yuli,
guys
you
hear
awake?
that? Yeah, do you guys hear that?
Yeah, I think Yuli fell asleep.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, that definitely
I
sounds
say
like
we let the man sleep because he's.
Captain, can you bring me back some hibiscus tea?
I mean, Ellie, you can come in if you would like.
No, I'm boring the guy with my songs. Whatever the dude's name is.
Alabaster.
Yeah. I'm singing a bunch of songs to him and boring the crap out of him.
With all of your puns.
No, actually, none of my songs. Because they're not my
know.
songs. Someone else wrote them.
No, your
I can't
puns.
be bothered. I know, but
Oh.
I'm singing to him.
You're singing to him.
And I'm singing
All
songs that I didn't write, so they don't have a bunch of puns in them.
Amazing. He then, the butler then turns to all of you and, well, my good sir, if you would, my good sirs, if you are willing to go all in, or we can do this as a sole proprietorship of some sort, I just need you to sign here, and all of a sudden he kind of produces this long scroll, and you see it is a contract. And at the very top it says, ownership of the bag of butler. I just need you to sign here, initial here, and also cut yourself and bleed upon this scroll.
not in that order. As I cut my hand.
Can I read the contract?
Oh, of course! And he kind of like pushes the contract over to you. What languages do you speak?
I know comprehend language, so all of them.
Alright. Do you cast comprehend language?
That I do.
Alright. So you cast comprehend language, and this is written in a primordial script. And as you begin to read it, it kind of goes through, this is the bag of butler. It is an extra-dimensional space governed by this deity known as Butler. He has many other names, but it does not concern anyone at this moment in time. The contract states that you may use the bag of butler in any condition or at any state. The bag of butler works as such. You may spend a certain amount of gold pieces to procure different rooms and attachments to this extra dimensional space.
Oh,
you
that's
also,
dope.
You also may enlist the butler to procure different ingredients, potions, magical items of different effect at a price range determined by the bag of butler. The butler himself can change the price ranges as he so fits, and usually, depending on how well he likes you, will give you steep discounts. Additionally, all the gold that you acquire and give to the butler does go to paying off his debt that he will be released from eventually.
Interesting.
What's this part here at the end?
At the very end, it says, like right above where you sign with your blood, any and all possessions that are under the possession of herefore to this entity, when like it has a space where you can put your name or different names, upon the demise of said individual, all assets, coinage, and gold will become the property of the butler and be transferred to him.
Interesting.
And his next 10 descendants.
And his next 10 descendants?
Yes.
So the butler's descendants?
I have a question, Butler. What's this here about you having a debt? Do you need financial help?
Well, you see, it is less of a debt and more of a curse placed upon me by the deities, you know. Nothing to worry yourself about. It's fine.
How much is it?
23 trillion.
Trillion what?
That's just like
Pesos? Yes?
Gold pieces.
Copper?
That's like the entire United States debt.
And then
What does
some.
this man do?
Questions,
Yes,
comments, concerns?
I have a question.
What is your question, my good sir?
So, say I die.
Yes.
Where's my stuff go?
Into the bag. Into my possession.
And you do with it as you see fit.
Of course! Unless there is a side bargain that you struck with me at a later date, I could potentially, and he winks at you, I could potentially, be persuaded to do something else, of course.
Butler,
I can respect that.
I have a proposal for you.
What is your proposal, my good sir?
You find magic items, right?
I can procure different magical items and create some, yes.
Okay. I will sign your contract if you find one item for me free of charge.
Interesting. Interesting proposal.
To give you 50% of all money that I find. And will pay for additional items from you.
An interesting proposal. However, that is not part of the contract. And you would have to sign the contract first before we can renegotiate the contract.
Oh.
Varian sold. So he's moving to sign the contract. He's already cut his hand.
Brilliant!
I don't mean to, move this along faster, but, Varian has his own goals in mind, and this is a very good deal for him.
With that, does everybody... what about you, my good sir?
Could I get a hibiscus tea to go?
I do not see why not. And he snaps his fingers, and you see, in this, little foam to-go cup. You guys have no idea what foam is. It's this, weird texture that you're holding in your hand, but it's, steaming. It has a lid on it and a little, plastic straw, and you're like, what the freaking
Old
is
hibiscus
this?
tea.
Can it be in an Arizona can? There's a big old Arizona can. And the 99-cent thing right on top, too. Whole kit and caboodle.
We'll take you. How do I get out?
You just say exit.
Exit.
Here I thought we had to spell Inkwell backwards.
Captain Lazar disappears. Foom.
I want to stay and continue to negotiate with Butler.
I brought you a drink.
Thank you. When you come back, you see Alabaster?
Yeah, Alabaster is currently laying on the ground covering his ears.
Yes. And I'm just flying around in a circle, and it's not good singing.
Stop it! This is all plagiarism. You are not singing any original songs. You are just copying what has been said before.
Oh, Captain, you're back. Oh, thank you so much.
I would like to. Do you have Kids Bop 42?
No, please, no. I beg you, nothing, anything but that.
Wings and pizza.
Babe.
No, please, no. And he kind of curls up in a fetal position. No, please stop. I'll give anything. This is
how he killed the BBEG. Just play Kids Bop on repeat.
I've got some K-pop for y'all. I'll kill him with that.
Wait. Who's singing it? Which K-pop group?
Which one? There's Twice, Stray Kids, Blackpink.
Only the mainstream ones? No, we can't do that. No, never.
I just specifically said those because that's what people know.
I don't know any of them.
Yeah, same.
I mean, they're technically no longer a group.
Hannah Montana.
You get the best of both worlds, my friend.
Yeah, this is awful.
Get the best of both worlds.
I'm just gonna go vomit real fast. Give me a second.
You guys remember the Hannah Montana movie that they made?
Which
I-
one?
All right.
Hannah
Wait, they
Montana
made
was
more
too
than
old
one?
for me to watch. Like, it
But
wasn't.
yeah,
I'm too young for
Ellie,
that, honestly.
Oh wait,
all of a
really?
sudden, Captain Lazar kind of appears in the space next to you and kind of like turns to look at you and starts requesting different music.
Grab
So
a
really, when
bucket
did you
and
show
I'm
up?
out for some wings and pizza. What?
So really, when did you show up with us? When did you start adventuring with us?
I've been here since the beginning.
I will not fall for such things.
That's great. You don't have to fall for it because it's the truth.
Who are you?
We are not done with this conversation. I mean, we are right now, but we'll revisit this later.
Okay.
He thinks that you're a
If you
Russian
want
spy.
I'm not Russian.
Well,
no.
we know that. He doesn't.
Don't go
Or
all
at
hidden
least we
figures on
think
me.
that we know that. Huh?
Never mind.
Okay. Fair enough. I just want to say Varian's sitting in this room finishing his ale. Just kind
All
of
right.
chilling.
Still negotiating with Butler.
All right, we cut back. Butler is brandishing the contract. All right. Who would like to sign first?
I will.
Two eager people. All right. And he lays it down onto the clerk's desk and instantly kind of summons a quill pen and an inkwell, dips it in, and proffers it towards you, Virion.
Sign it. With
You
my
sign
blood.
it. You take a drop of your blood. It drops at the very bottom. You watch as it sizzles into a mist and then sinks into the page. And all of a sudden, this like blood red stamp appears right next to your name.
Nice. It's a
All right.
nice little trick.
Next, and he kind of offers the quill pen to you, Clayton.
Thank you. Thank you kindly. I scribble and then drop some blood on as well.
Again, you see it forms into a blood red stamp right next to your name, and then the butler proffers the contract towards you, Ben.
Oh, I don't know. You already have them helping you. It doesn't seem like you need my help that bad. Unless you're willing to do something for me first.
That is potentially something that we can agree upon at a different time and stuff. I am quite content with these two gentlemen at this moment in time. Well, with that, we have things to discuss, unless you would be willing to sign the contract.
What happens if we sign the contract?
There is no more to discuss, or there is more to discuss?
There is no more to discuss if you are not willing to sign the contract first.
Oh, I guess you'll just have to deal with only two people helping.
That is fine by me. And he snaps his fingers, and Min, all of a sudden you appear next to Captain Lazar.
Hi, Captain.
Welcome back.
I just want to say that, no offense to any of you, or really your characters, Virion likes... Ow, I just hit the wall with my hand. I went to gesture and I smacked my wall. Anyways, Virion likes Clayton probably the most. So now that he's alone with him and Butler, his guard's down a little bit.
Now,
So
with the two of you, what password would you like to come to in agreement to?
You have anything in mind?
My safety word, pineapple.
I have one.
What's your proposal?
Lucian.
Say again?
Lucian.
Luc-
Lucian. Lucian.
Lucian?
Lucian. Yes.
Lucian.
Lucian. Yes. That's my
Uh,
boy's name.
Ah, very fine name indeed.
that
Are we
could
in
work. I was going to propose the name of these, and then I pull out my two handguns, and you can see on the barrels, a Mustang and Sally is engraved.
I'm fine with whichever.
But Lucian sounds good too. Now, Butler, about those cigars.
Yeah. Check your pocket.
I reach for
pat
my
your
breast
pocket
where I
and-
normally keep 'em.
And as you pull it
Oh,
out,
how did you do that?
you see probably like it is the finest smelling cigars you've ever like smelt in your entire life. And as you kind of
Vanos.
take a whiff and stuff, these are my special brand, if you get what I'm saying. Magically created by a deity. And he winks at you.
Viren?
Yes,
Oh,
let us all light
you
up a
do?
smoke and smoke to our health. And he snaps his finger. A cigar appears in his hand. He lights the end of his thumb and he holds it up to both of your guys' cigars. To health! And your guys' well, I'm going to be completely honest. I hope you get very wealthy and then die. But until then, to your health.
Fair enough. I'll take that from a deity. That's probably some of the better ones that I've heard before. And I take a nice deep puff.
All right, with the password, you may select how many people you would like to enter when you say the password. At this moment in time, you do not have to say the password out loud. All you have to do is think it in your mind and touch the bag, and then you may say the quantity of people you are bringing in the bag with you. However, people that have not signed the contract are not allowed to purchase anything from the butler. In addition, they cannot stay in the bag, and henceforth and to with.
Well, we do have a posse with us. We had that not fine captain, as well as that turtle. And we've got two others that potentially could come in and potentially would sign your contract. Two of them haven't had the chance to even meet.
Oh yeah, I'm an
yet.
idiot. I will sign anything.
Another time, maybe. Unless she comes in after Captain Lazar tells her what this is.
Additionally,
Only once Alabaster's ears are bleeding.
additionally, we could renegotiate the contract at some point in time. If you pay me enough gold, I could potentially let other people that are not part of the contract purchase and stay in the bag. It will all depend on a lot of different things.
Fair
Sound
enough.
good?
Fair enough.
Sounds great.
Any other questions, comments, concerns, or other paraphernalia?
I have one concern. Can you create an alchemy and smithy in here?
Of course.
Perfect. Now I pull out. I stick my cigar in my mouth and I pull out Mustang and Sally. Set them on the counter. I'd like to start working in here as a mobile workshop to be able to create something longer than these that I can have a bit more advantage on a larger playing field, if you know what I mean.
Of course, of course. Well, in order to purchase the additions to your to the bag, let us see right here. And he produces a book and starts thumbing through it.
Let's see here. Yes. An alchemy lab. Of course, something along those lines would be quite costly indeed. Additionally, having that could be a good thing. Yes. Perfect. All right. Alchemy lab. An alchemy lab will probably run you anywhere between 6,000 to 8,000 gold pieces.
Oh, cheap.
I think that's pretty arranged.
We could
I
arrange
pull
that.
out. I pull out my sword, and I place it on the desk.
Yes.
I only have one request, and I don't know how much it will cost. But while the others were here, I asked you a specific question. If I were to fall in battle, would you be able to make sure that this sword got in the hands of somebody else?
Potentially, if we came to arrangement.
Right, which is what I'm talking to you about now. So what would it take?
We can say for the moment it would cost you 1,000 gold pieces at this moment in time for me to send this sword to someone of your choosing and not procure it upon your demise.
When I fall, if I fall, we have an agreement if I can produce 1,000 gold pieces.
Yes, you would have to purchase this, and we would have to add it to the contract, but I see no reason to refuse your request.
What about if I threw on my shield as well?
It would be, I would say, an additional 1,000, so 2,000 for the two.
I have a shelf deal.
All right. Very well. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Not currently, but can I keep a tab on the bar to make sure that I always have ammunition coming in?
That is, yeah, I could potentially do an arrangement with that. The next time you come in, I will have a contract drafted up with how much that would cost.
Perfect.
All right. Anything else?
Nah, sir. Thank you much.
All right.
Not from me.
Well, all you have to do is say exit, and you may exit the bag of butler.
Exit.
Seeing you around. Exit.
And with that, Virian and Clayton both appear as Alabaster at this point in time is screaming at the top of his lungs, trying to drown out the sounds of Kids Bop, whatever we're on now. No,
In the early
please,
2000s now.
Please, I beg you, stop her! Stop her!
I'm stopping on my own will.
Amazing. Oh, thank goodness.
He is actually bleeding. Your name was Ellie, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to teach me how to do that.
Great,
it's a
isn't
great
it?
torture device. What?
I said great, isn't it?
As you kind of have stopped playing this music and Alabaster has kind of gotten his wits about him, he kind of stands up, brushes off his robes, kind of wipes the blood from both of his ears, and begins to briskly walk over to you, Lazar. And as he kind of approaches you, you get the sense that he's kind of approaching you with a little bit of like anger.
All right. I am ready. I'm taking the dodge action before he gets here in case something happens.
Okay, you kind of ready the dodge action as he kind of reaches towards you, and he's like attempting to grab the front of your shirt.
Okay. What sort of check would you like me to contest?
Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Man, I am not rolling great today. That's still gonna be a 16 though.
Okay, you're able to kind of like move out of the way as he kind of reaches out to grab you. The rest of you see this. Alabaster seems like angry and is now like coming after Lazar and is attempting to kind of grab him by the front of his shirt.
Hey, Answer, calm down. We can use our words. Words are very powerful. Just talk to me.
At this point in time, he kind of like you still are like cautious and stuff, and he kind of like stands up, like narrows his eyes at you. I saw you die. What are you?
I am a captain.
He kind of turns to the rest of you. You all saw him die. How did he come back?
Uh,
He didn't actually
Very
die.
skilled in many things, but I assure
maybe
you that
he undied.
everything is exactly as it should be. And I'm gonna kind of shoot him a wry smile that kind of shows a little bit of fang.
He kind of takes a half a step back, and makes the sign of the church that he's part of. He takes like both of his hands, like puts up the pointer fingers and like crosses them down his face over his eyes as like a warding off. You.
What? I think you're cutting out.
Yeah, everything's kind of getting choppy for me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think it was just.
It's like when you whisper.
Momentary lapse.
Yeah.
He kind of like turns and what are you? And he just like there's like a little bit of fear in his eyes.
I am a captain, as I said. Are you referring to my illness?
That is right. You are diseased. Tell me, sir, why haven't you made your way to the cities to rid yourself of this ailment?
I
Some
have made
herb-
attempts, but the physicians just have no treatments.
Well, whatever that is, it concerns me and does not give me much comfort knowing what has happened to you.
You'd be more comfortable with me dead?
Death is a natural part of life. Those
Well-
who
You stopped some of us from
meddle.
dying earlier.
Yeah. And
You know what
honestly, I'm
else is
very
natural
grateful
in
that
life?
the
I
likes of
kind
you.
of resent you for bringing me back.
But that's the thing. I know the source of what brought you back and what you did to bring him back. I do not
You
know
were
the
the one
source.
who brought me back.
He sighs and he kind of nods towards you. Yes. What has happened today is much more concerning than a miracle of someone coming back from the death.
I'm gonna kind of give Virian a little like respectful nod, like, you know, I respect what he just did right there.
Now tell me, we have seen the undeath in this cave and have dealt with it quite swiftly, but the sulfur still hangs in the air. What happened before I arrived?
Let me think.
Yes.
I recall I last time I answered this question, was the answer was we died, and then or we killed them and they undied, and we killed them and they undied, and we killed them, and then you super killed them.
No,
Referring
before
to
that.
what happened in the town.
In the town, yes.
Ah, yes,
Right.
that was the first time that they died.
A battle
Not
attacked the church.
A
Just to get down
Balor.
to it. Right. There was a battle of our
This-
fire elementals.
I'm familiar with this term. The blood hunters of your order use it. I believe in the old tongue it means devourer. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Well, that is mighty concerning. That some creature like this is roaming loose. You seem knowledgeable on these things. What can you tell me about this monster?
Oh, my wife.
Ah, so you've been tracking it for some time now.
About 5 years.
Well,
But it wasn't until recently where I find out where it was.
he kind of nods his head. And he kind of turns to look at the rest of you. Well, this is something I must bring to the elders of the church to discuss. Virian, was it?
Yes.
Well, I would like to offer you the aid of the church in tracking down this monster. It seems that, for the first time in a while, the goals of the blood hunters and the clergy have aligned. I'll offer you the...
Promise me the final blow.
He kind of gives a little bit of a smirk and nods to you, and I think that can be arranged. As for the rest of you, your counsel will be much appreciated in the days and weeks to come. I invite you all, and I extend this invitation with out of necessity. I invite you all to make your way to Babylon. In 1 week's time, I would like to invite you all to a council to discuss the matters at hand. And you all kind of know that, like, Babylon is a very strict, like, uppity city. They don't let just anyone in. So getting an invitation to enter Babylon itself is potentially, like, life-changing. There's like a much higher caliber of people that live there. There's a much higher caliber of magical weapons and elixirs and stuff. So an invitation to enter Babylon at any given time is like a rare honor.
Well, we'd be happy to be there and be able to help solve this problem.
Kind of nods to you all. 1 week, and I expect you at the gates of Babylon. Do not delay. This matter seems very grave, and we must put a stop to this Balor.
You have a seal or a token that we can use just to show the city guard over there on your behalf.
He nods and he kind of reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a coin. And this coin is actually made. You can see it has been carved out of an ashen stone, and he kind of flips it to you. And you kind of catch it. That is my mark and my sigil. Show it to the gatekeeper, and he will let you in. Now, Virion, I expect that back.
I'll tell you what I can do.
He kind of nods and turns to the rest of you. Is there any other information you think I would need to know before I leave?
It needs to be publicized moving forward that people cannot no longer bury their dead can no longer be safe by being buried. That all dead needs to be burned from here on out. It doesn't matter if there's clergy there or not. They cannot see one night.
You say that, and he kind of turns, and you can tell that he's getting a little bit fired up. How dare you? And he kind of calms himself, and I understand the concern. And part of my journey to Babylon will be to send priests of the clergy out in more abundance to be able to perform the proper cremations.
That'd be wise.
Yes, very.
There's 127 more Kid Swap albums to go through.
I swear to the Lady of Ash herself, if you begin singing again, I will smite you.
I think there's a time and place, but I believe him.
That actually made Virion laugh. That actually made Virion laugh. Oh, jeez, that was good.
Well, for each of you, I think this treasure belongs to all of you. I did not do much in the killing of the dragon, so you may do with it.
2 of us.
I did revive 2 of you, but I fear that I am not the most combative of clerics, and I'm grateful to have you, that you are here to deal with this evil.
You're welcome.
Remember, all of you, 1 week's time, gates of Babylon. I will
Isn't
see
it
you
a
there.
floating city? Aren't we supposed to know coordinates?
You all know exactly where the city of Babylon is.
Yeah, I was about to say a city with that high of like a reputation. I'm sure everybody knows where it's at.
In addition to it, it is built around a volcano, and so it's pretty easy to just follow the plume of ash that kind of rises in the air.
Oh, okay.
Anybody else getting like heavy Pompeii vibes when I said that?
Well, I'm getting the vibes of like religious corruption, where the people of Babylon are the ones creating the stuff that's creating all the undead.
Yeah, that too. But
Yeah.
All
We'll
right.
see you in 1 week. Thank you very much.
Well, and with that, he kind of swishes his robe and exits out the door.
dramatically, like Professor Snape walks out the door.
All right. The rest of you, what would you like to do? There's piles of gold. There's several books lying around. There's also a couple of tables with parchments and different things on them.
I go lay down and take a nap on the beds.
Yeah. Do I know if it's safe to shovel all this gold into the backpack, or is he going to spit it out, or just take the gold?
You kind of like get the sense that if you would have to purchase a treasury first, and then you could potentially just teleport all the treasure into the treasury, and he would.
I just think Lucian to be transported back into the bag.
All right, you instantly are transported back into the bag. Ah, good sir, I see that you have returned.
I would like a treasury.
A treasury. All right, very well. That will be, let's see,
5,000 gold pieces.
Gosh, dang.
mean, there's a lot here. How many gold pieces were in this room again? Because I know you were in that alchemy lab.
In total, there is about 14,000 plus.
Don't forget that I took some already.
Yeah, 17. 31,000 gold pieces.
You can
I
take
guess we
my
should-
share of the gold, friend.
Wait, what?
Because platinum pieces count as 10 gold pieces.
Right, but there was enough for each person to have about 5,000 gold pieces. And then I took my portion already.
So yeah, there's about 30,000 because between 6 of us, that would be 30,000. Well, I guess
Math
it
checks out.
True.
Good with getting a treasury and an alchemy lab because together that's like 13,000.
It would
Which
be
would be about
6,000 and then 5,000. So it would be 11,000 total.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
so
you said
first off,
before
we should
that
scrap that a little
it
bit.
was like 8,000 for the alchemy
6
lab.
to 8,000. I would like
Okay.
settle on. He would probably do 6,000 if you're purchasing like 2 rooms at once.
That's pretty good. So 11,000 for both, and then that leaves us with about 19,000 left over.
We
So
got 30,000 each.
no.
No,
It was like
30,000
total.
Each
total.
person gets, everybody gets about 5,000 apiece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
So
good with
are you-
using my total for the treasury room.
Yeah,
No.
are you guys willing
5,000
to
wouldn't be enough to buy it, though.
You can take
Huh?
my share of the gold to use to help create your rooms.
Well, I have enough out of my own cut to be able to
No, but the
create
alchemy.
the treasury.
Yeah, me.
The alchemy stuff.
What about you, Captain Lessar? Are you willing to help out with the creation of quite a labyrinth of assets?
I will take a reduced portion if you would like. I will take 4,000 gold, and you can take the 1,000. Do what you would like with it.
Yeah. The reason
Tortu?
why I think that treasury would be cool is because we could just put it all into like basically a gold vault, and we could all secure our assets.
Scrooge McDucket.
Yeah, you know. Have you guys ever played like Fable 3? You know, there's a kind of like a treasury room in the kingdom. It's kind of what
Well-
I'm picturing. But
Very well then. And with that, you watch as like everybody around you. You watch as about 1,100 gold disappears from the treasure, and then the rest is sucked into the bag.
That would
And
be
all of a sudden,
11,000?
to your right, Virian, you see a door appears, and then also to your left, a door appears in the bag. Yeah.
I think that's
I think it's
Min.
Yole. Oh,
I have
yeah,
it right here.
Min.
They're both here.
yeah. It's gone now though. So
Anyway,
All right.
so did all the gold like there's none left for if I didn't want my gold in there. It's gone. I'd have to go get it out.
Yeah,
you
I did not want my gold to go into the vault.
I think that you have the choice.
Yeah, you would
Choose.
have the choice. He can only
It's basically just a
teleport the
bank
gold
account.
he has claimed into the treasury.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep 4,000 gold for myself outside of the treasury.
Okay. All right.
So
but-
I have no gold left. I've used it all to make the treasury room, make myself a bank account.
All right.
I am a responsible blood hunter.
Okay. After that, you guys exit out of the
Working on
bag.
credit score.
The treasure has been evenly dispersed amongst you. You also found the 3 ashen stones and several gems of various degrees and the sizes. Virion, there was a diamond worth 1,000 gold pieces, and then several sapphires and rubies.
So does that mean I get 10 uses out of that?
Yes.
Since it's gold. That's awesome.
But additionally, as a reminder, you can only use it once per day.
No, yeah, I got that.
Okay, just making sure. Ellie, Vated, is there anything you would like to do at this moment in time as people are moving things around and stuff? Some of all manageable books or books that have been that are like actually worth taking have been taken by Min. Additionally, there are some scattered loose papers like across the desks. There's a couple beds that you see, different crates and such.
I just want to lay down on the bed.
You want
Take a
to lay
nap.
down on the bed. Captain Lazar, is there anything that you would like to do?
Yes, I had grabbed all the ashen stones, so I'm gonna kind of come over to Virion and I'm gonna grab one of them and I'm gonna tell him, if you are hoping to take the final blow on the butler, I think this will be of use to you. And I'm gonna give one to him. Then I'll take another one. Is there someone that would like to hold on to this one? Okay, I will hold on to it then.
All right.
Sorry, Captain Lazar. I said I will. I muted myself for a sec.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll give one to Clayton then.
And I grab I touch the backpack and I say the password to like drop it in. Can that work?
Yes.
And so we would have arranged when we created the thing that if we drop things in, we just want it to go into the treasury.
I think the
What
break
time is
would
it?
be good.
Yeah, we can take a brief break. Take a 10-minute break real quick.
And you
Okay,
want us
cool.
to restart?
Yeah, so everybody log out of everything, and then we can hop back at 8:20. So be ready to start at 8:20. Well, jumping back into everything, is there anything else you guys would like to do, or any more investigations you would like to do in this room before you guys head out?
Yes.
So
I would like
each
to
book.
build a goat cheese empire.
Okay. Are people real before I get to you, Min, and I'll just like kind of go over the books that you have real quick. What is everybody else investigating? What are you investigating, Levi?
Want to swim under here. There are always sunken boats or hidden crates under the water. So I'm swimming around under the water looking for extra treasures that are hidden in here.
Okay. All right.
There's a
Anybody
feather in the
else?
water.
Clayton?
The different alchemy lab and thingy over here and beds. Would I get discounts on adding stuff to our backpack if we brought stuff in?
No, because when you created the alchemy lab, all alchemy equipment was provided for you.
Oh my goodness. God level 2. It's not none of this IKEA stuff.
All right. While you're over there, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Nothing is ever named what it is.
The dad jokes that are available in IKEA.
Clayton?
Oh wait, what?
While you're over there with all these stuff, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you were asking me to do that.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. Investigation, which is a. Oh yeah, that's why I was thinking about trying to level up my investigation. My investigation, for some reason, is +0. That doesn't make any sense for a sheriff.
All right. So what'd you roll? And then Min, what did you roll?
I rolled a 15.
Okay. All right. Min, while you're kind of over there exploring different things, there's a lot of different papers just kind of like standing around and kind of going around. But the one thing that you find
Is that a map?
is a map.
Oh yeah.
That's a big cookie.
Well, it's okay.
At the bottom of
We are here. We are
Put the
we are
map
right there.
above us, please, so we can look up at it.
I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. At the very bottom.
Oh my gosh.
of
I would
the
not
page-
call that a
cookie is
little.
ginormous.
And I would know little.
It's
Okay.
a giant pizza pie.
All right, at the very bottom
Mamma
of the
mia.
page, you see this is a like a parchment map of the world of Sinis that
Right.
has 3 locations circled and then an arrow pointing to where you are currently. Additionally, at the very bottom of the page is scrawled Pirate Captain Tren Montier treasure map.
Ooh.
Under the water over
Captain
here at the
Lazar, you
moment.
hear the very faint, like, voice coming to you underneath the water.
Pop my little head up. One beckons for me. Of course I'm a captain. Why would you think that I'm not a captain? I am of course a captain, 100%. I know one other captain, two other captains, 3 captains.
Maybe 4.
Red mustache.
Captain Lazar, go ahead and roll me a history check with advantage.
I don't think I. Yeah, I don't have any bonus, so that's a 14.
Okay. Sure. I'll allow that.
Then 20. Or did I say 14?
You
Yeah.
did. So
Yeah, then 20.
All right, Captain Lazar, as he kind of shouts out the name Fren Montier, pirate captain, you kind of begin to shuffle through your list of pirate captains that you know. And the first thing that you come to is that there is no sea pirate who has been named or is currently named Fren Montier. The second thing that you kind of like think to yourself and you realize is that there is only a certain number of sky ships, and you know all the names of the captains of the sky ships, also all of the pirate sky ships. And that's not any of their names either. However, you do know that there is currently 3 sky ships that are unaccounted for. And your kind of heart starts to race a little bit, and you realize that this is potentially one of the layers of the missing pirate captain's ship.
Darky fingers, you beautiful man. Let me see what you have there. Let me take a look here. Mm-hmm. 1, 2. 3. Okay, so it's someone that knows how to count. That is a good point.
Probably the same one who uses the same password for everything.
Also a good point.
You know, I do that, but my password is like 30 characters long, and nobody's ever going to guess what it is. So, boom.
Password,
Damn it.
password, password.
You got it.
Okay. We go to Babylon first because we have appointments there.
In a week.
Perhaps you're right. This middle city, that's where we were, right?
No, you
is Babylon?
were right there. This one.
Okay, this one's Babylon.
You see a little arrow pointing directly to where you are right now. This little arrow. You are here.
Okay. How did he know where we were going to find this?
Ellie, what are you doing?
But yes, we should go here first, and then.
What are you doing?
Swimming.
Oh. Carry on then.
So we have Captain Lazar and Min are crowded around this map as the rest of you kind of are gathering up your possessions and that kind of stuff. You can hear excited whispers. Virian, Clayton, Grave, and Ellie, you all hear very excited whispers as Min, the turtle, and Captain Lazar are kind of crouching over this this parchment.
Well, I get the sense that we're going to spend the night here.
I mean, there is a town that's not far away.
Yeah,
True.
there's also beds here too.
Someone
What, a
specifically?
Virian? I'm not Virian.
What spell?
You just want spells to store?
Up. Sure.
Are we going to sleep soon, or?
It's up to you guys.
Wait, did you say 14 hours? Excuse me, sir?
I'm just moved over there to get some
You will get
seclusion
6
from
hours
everybody
and you'll
else.
be happy with it.
All right. Are
'Cause
you
I'm
guys
gonna assume
going?
that they're camping out here.
Let's see.
We lost Ellie.
Yeah. There was no sound for a while and everyone disappeared, so I was like, you know, I know this is a me problem.
Ah.
Who all has spell slots?
I do.
I just have the sword.
Yeah, I
Our
think so.
paladin probably has a couple, but not many.
I can only cast magic through my sword. It's the sword that has the abilities, not me. So
Sorry. Yep.
There we go. I'm back.
Welcome back. Shoot him in the face with something.
Um. um. I believe I have 4 level 1 spell slots still. And then I have just a bunch of cantrips.
Yeah, I actually might not have.
I used up my level 2s in the fight.
All right, I'll give you. You just want the spell slots, or you just want spells? Would you like?
Heroism!
Heroism as well. Can I use inflict wounds on you, please?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I roll a 19 to hit you. I tried. Okay, you got one.
you can also choose to be hit by you too, so you don't necessarily have to roll to hit him.
As a bonus action now, I use compelled duel on you. It is a spell slot. All right.
And now, once all our spell slots are gone, Caleb is going to throw another dragon at us.
Oh, for sure. What
And
do you think I'm doing right now?
I am not going to use my last spell slot on you because Caleb is Caleb. So, just in case. I just used 2 level 1 spell slots.
Do I get the sense that we're safe here?
Yeah, relatively. You were able to defeat the undead presence has disappeared from this this place.
Captain
Right. Then I
Lazar,
do head over to
Yes.
where my mini is to do my own sort of thing, but
are you
we'll get to
able
that when we get to that.
to conjure the fortress, and are we able to take long rests in that?
That could potentially happen, yes.
Perfect.
Do you want me to use my spell slots as well?
Excuse me?
Do you want me to tell you
Unless
what
we become
specific spells I
magical.
used? Well, 3 first level, yeah.
All of a sudden, Min is transported to an extra dimensional plane where he has to fight 100 dragons. Whoops.
Do it. He has the rod of absorption. I can't talk. I think I'm having like a stroke or something.
No. All right. Is there anything else anyone would like to do before you guys take a rest?
Play hide and go seek with me. Which iceberg am I in?
Both Min and Shaggy
This one.
disappeared.
Nope.
All right. Virian,
Yeah.
what do you do?
After I get the sense that everyone's going to make camp here, I go over there, be kind of secluded from everyone. I lay out a blanket and I sit down on the blanket, crisscross applesauce. Yeah. And I light some incense and basically make kind of a small shrine to meditate at.
I found you.
The last thing I lay out is a locket that I have with a picture of my wife.
Oh, cute.
Just take a moment to perform kind of a ritual that I do every day in remembrance of her.
You take a moment to breathe in the incense and calm your nerves as you had just fought a dragon. An undead dragon that nearly killed everyone in this room. But you survived. And you were able to bring back one of those fellow adventurers, someone who had died, and you recollect the words spoken and the many other words and phrases that have been spoken to you for the past some years, as she has been near enough to speak to you. Sometimes it's encouragement, sometimes it is recompense, but all in all, you feel like it has strengthened you and has given you the resolve and the ability to progress and to become more than you were before. For that, you are thankful. As you kind of take one last deep breath in and the incense kind of burns out, you kind of open your eyes and you feel peace for a brief moment, but then the guilt sets back in.
I'm very closer to being with you. Until then, I'll play that monster there for Lucian. Good night, Sif. And I collect everything up and fall asleep there.
All right. Is there anything else everyone else would like to do?
I
Can
don't know. I mean, like, go ahead.
Can I do a walk around maybe with one of you guys and let me have like detect good and evil on and just make sure nothing's in the room with us that's evil or not anyone else, I guess, is what I'm trying to find out.
Sure. You kind of have detect good and evil up, and you kind of begin to kind of pan it around the room, and nothing really comes up on your radar except for the bag. The bag is glowing with this bright aura that is like it flashes from evil to not even good. It's just it pulses with like a slight evil energy and goes like every so often it will like pulse like, oh, this is really, really evil, and then it will go away. And then it'll pulse again, really, really evil, and then it will go away. And you get the sense that like there's something evil, but at the same time it is suppressed in some way.
Interesting.
Do you think we should sleep with the bag next to us, guys, or put it outside the door and go to sleep?
I definitely want to sleep with it.
Yeah. Out of context, that sounds pretty bad.
I know, right? In what vicinity? How do we have a bag?
How baggy
What was
is that
that?
bag is what he's saying.
What was that?
No comment.
What? What was the question?
How baggy is the bag?
How bad is the bag?
How bag? No, I said how baggy is the bag. But you know what? If you want to answer what you asked,
It's
how
a
bad is the bag?
backpack. It's a backpack. like an adventurer's backpack.
Interesting questions, guys.
All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns, or wanting to do some things? Sorry.
Just set the bag to guard it.
Lazar is very excited about this, and might be stupid enough to tell you guys to meet up with him.
I'm down for stupid things.
Are we splitting up the party? Is that what's happening? Oh, jeez.
I'm very down for stupid things.
What's the worst that could happen?
There was one episode where I said
would like we could potentially end it here for today, and then we can pick it back.
And then keep going if you guys want to, but it depends.
It's true.
Yeah.
In addition,
go ahead.
If Captain Lazar is set on leaving and going, who would want to go with him?
I'm already asleep.
So I would have offered to continue DMing for those people that want to go there while the rest can hop off, but it sounds that you're really tired, Travis. Is that right? Okay. So we could probably potentially end it here for the evening.
Sweet. Then good night.
And then pick it back up next Wednesday, and we'll jump right back in. I'll try to keep the recap short, and we'll jump right back into the splitting of the party.
My dear friends, come here, come closer. Thank you so much. You have watched the video, you made it to the end. Truly, it means so much to us, but we wanted to thank a couple more people. Of course, we thank you. You are one of the greatest people to thank because, quite frankly, we do this for you. This is for you to watch. Other than that, it's just a bunch of friends being idiots together. So, thank you. Obviously, we want to thank the Tavern Tales and Studio Shinto, who they created this beautiful game with all these fun things to play with, and it's a great place for us to come together to play the game we all love. All right, next up, we wanted to thank all of our players for everything that they do, the time that they take out of their day to come here every week and pull off stupid shenanigans like we do. So, thank you to all of the players, and to our DM, of course, as well, Caleb Reynolds. Very good DM. Top notch. Okay, let's see here. What else do we have? Oh, of course. There's a cameraman here. We are very grateful for our dear videographer, Trevor Jones. Thank you for all you do. There's just so many things. I have a good one. Babies from the Tavern. If you have not seen their channel, they also play D&D in Tavern Tales like us, and their content is perfect. I love it. You should go check them out. We will leave a little link here and down below as well. With that, I think that's all of the thank yous that we have. But just a petite little reminder to subscribe if you are not subscribed, so that you get all of our notifications when we are posting our fun videos for you. And to watch it for the shorts that we will be posting, and then come back here to this video, find the timestamp, drop it in the comments, and we'll give you a little shout out here. So thank you again for everything so much. Goodbye, and we will see you next time on the Arcane World. Bye bye.